All right, the first problem that we're going to do is to evaluate an expression. And to evaluate an expression, it's basically simplifying. And so we're going to substitute in these values a, b, and c into the actual expression. I'll show you how to do this a couple of ways. First, the direct way by hand. Just substitute each value in. So 2 times a, which is 3. And when you substitute in, you should always use parentheses. Minus 3b squared over 5 times a, which is 3, times c, which is negative 4. And again, I just got the values from right here. And now it's just a matter of doing the operation. So 2 times 3 is 6. Minus 3 times, we have to square this first. So negative 3 squared is 9. And this is where it's important that the parentheses are here because we are squaring the entire negative 3. So the negative and the 3 get squared, which makes it a positive 9. And then 5 times 3 times negative 4 would be negative 60. And simplifying it a little more, 6 minus 27 over negative 60, which becomes negative 21 over negative 60. And we can take a 3 out of both of those, so the final answer would be 7 over 20, and the two negatives cancel out. Now, I told you there were a couple other ways I was going to show you how to do this. The first way would be to use the get to this point and then use the calculator. So let me bring the calculator up. And now that we have the calculator up here, the important thing when using the calculator to evaluate at this point is to make sure that you put the numerator and the denominator in separate parentheses. And I just lost the calculator. There we go. So when I would enter this in the calculator, I would do parentheses and then just type everything in as I have written. 2 times 3 minus 3 times negative 3 squared, and then close the parentheses for the numerator, divided by parentheses again, and then 5 times 3 times negative 4. And then close the parentheses and hit enter. And if you notice, I get a decimal value, and if I need the fraction, because since it's going to be a multiple choice test, it's going to be in reduced fractions, I just hit math frac, and there's my 7/20. The last way to do it is to actually use the store key on the calculator, and using the store key, the first thing I do is I put the values in for A, B, and C. So 3 store A, and negative 3 store B, and negative 4 store C. And now I can just type the equation in, or sorry, the expression in exactly as it's written. And I don't even have to worry about parentheses or anything like that because we're using the store function and the calculator will take care of those order of operations. The only thing you have to worry about parentheses here is the numerator and the denominator. So sorry, you have to worry about parentheses but not the substituting part. So just type in 2a minus 3b squared divided by, parentheses again, 5ac. Hit enter, there's our 0.35, and again, and if you haven't noticed, if you want to know ever what keys I'm pressing, just follow the cursor along here. So math, number 1, frac, and there's your 7/20 again. So those are 3 ways to evaluate an expression. We're going to look at another problem on this video. Let me go to the next screen. Simplifying, and when I go about simplifying here, the key thing is to always work from the inside out. So as I look at negative 2 times 4 minus 5 times 3 minus x. The first thing I have to do here is to distribute inside. It's the innermost set of parentheses. Now, I know that you can do a couple things at once in this case, but especially if you have trouble with these, I would do it one step at a time. So negative 2 times 4 minus 3 times 2x. Now, don't forget to distribute the negative sign if it's there along with the number. So minus 15, so then plus 5x, because you've got a negative times a negative, so that makes a positive. We don't need the extra set of parentheses now, and so keep going. So the next innermost thing by order of operations would be this set. So we have negative 2 times 4 minus negative, and again, don't forget to distribute the negative sign. So minus 6x, then negative negative makes plus 45. Negative positive makes negative 15x. Close off that, we lose another set of parentheses. Again, I see I can distribute here. So I'm at negative 8, again distributing the negative sign, plus 12x minus 90 plus 30x. And then last but not least, combine like terms. So I have the minus 8 and the minus 90 and the 12x and the 30x. Okay, and it also, if it helps you, if you have trouble with the signs here, remember the sign goes with the term behind it. So if you circle the terms, then when you put them together, it'll help you to make sure you keep the sign straight. So negative 8 and negative 90 become negative 98, and plus 12 plus 30 become plus 42x. And there's your final answer. And that's it.